The kids needed the plans that had been stolen from Finn at one man's dream, and no one had any doubts as to who had taken them. Maleficent would return for the pen, the stone cutter's quill, with a vengeance. Whatever the powers the pen and the plans possessed, when combined, each side had their reasons for wanting what the other had possessed. Before he left Mickey's not so scary Halloween party, Finn paid Wayne a visit to explain the night's events.
It's always such a noisy night.
Wayne complained. He looked silly, dressed in a pair of pajamas and a plaid robe. He wore Mickey and Minnie Mouse fuzzy slippers.
We need your help.
So it would seem. So it would seem.
Wayne paced his small apartment over the fire station, glancing out the windows occasionally. He began muttering,
When will they go home?
then paced some more.
2 birds with 1 stone.
How's that?
Finn was impatient to hook back up with his friends and leave the park.
I can help you. Will help you. But it won't come without additional risk to us all. She has to be desperate to be bowling fire at your feet, revealing herself like that.
He studied the pens spread out on the small dining table where Finn had put them.
You will keep all of these because they've obviously come in handy. Tomorrow's the day. They will be expecting you by night, of course, because that's when you're usually here. So it can't be at night. It must be during the day. Furthermore, if you're to secure the plans, then you must be a boy, not crossed over.
But we can touch and hold things when we're crossed over. I can get those plans back.
You can't do that where I'm sending you. You will have to be yourself. The others as well. And you'll need disguises, or you'll get caught. Cast member costumes, you understand? Employees, each of you. I can help there as well.
But why? Where are you sending us?
You showed me. I might have never figured this out by myself.
Showed you what?
Where's the one place that a weakened Maleficent can hide without being questioned?
Here in the park.
I mean, where in the park?
Whatever ride, whatever attraction she's part of.
But that's the point. She isn't part of one. Her role is over at the studios. She's in Phantasmics. That's all she does here. The one show. She turns herself into the dragon. Maybe in real life as well.
I don't understand.
I'm an old man talking to himself. That's all. Back to the important question. Where can she hide in the Magic Kingdom?
Out in the open?
Precisely. And if I were her, if I'd stolen these plans and then led boys down to my secret lair, I would need a place to lay low. The boys might tell people about the dungeons. They could be searched. I could be caught. I need a place no one can find me.
But where?
We'll need all 5 of you to dress as cast members. You'll meet me at the Transportation and Ticket Center, bus stop number 5 at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Can you make that?
Tomorrow's Sunday. Probably. I suppose so.
Make sure you do.
What did you mean by 2 birds with 1 stone?
We're going to use her own tactics against her. If you manage to get the plans, she'll come after you. She'll want to stop you from getting them to me, especially now that she knows you have the pen.
So?
You're going to lead her into a trap.
You're going to use us as bait?
How terribly impolite of me. It had been so long, you see. We're so close now. So very close.
He straightened up and looked Finn in the eyes.
I need your help, yours and the others, in catching Maleficent. It's a task not without risk, but one, I assure you, well worth the effort, if you're game. This is, I believe, what Walt had intended all along, the capture of an overtaker, the beginning of the end. So, will you help me?
At 9 the next morning, Finn stood with the others in line at bus stop number 5 at the Transportation and Ticket Center. A large bus pulled up, the door swung open, and from behind the wheel, Wayne motioned them inside.
Well, hurry it up.
The kids piled on, and Wayne shut the door and drove off. They were all alone in the otherwise empty bus.
There isn't time. There's a bag for each of you.
Finn's name was written on one of 5 grocery bags. Inside was a costume.
Put it on. Ladies in the back, gentlemen up front.
Some blankets had been strung across the rear seats to provide the girls some privacy. Wayne turned the bus at the next corner, and the boys, all in various degrees of undress, had to hold on to keep their balance. Wayne picked up the microphone and announced so the girls could hear as well.
I'll bring you in around the back of the park at Frontierland. You'll enter the tunnels from there.
Tunnels?
After that, it's up to the 5 of you, I'm afraid.
When the boys were dressed, Charlene and Willa came forward. Willa wore an old-fashioned blue striped dress and a puffy-sleeved blouse printed with pastel flowers, the uniform of food service workers in Frontierland. Charlene wore a skirt and a top of a deckhand on the paddle wheel steamboat that circled Tom Sawyer Island. Philby was dressed as a boatman on the Jungle Cruise. Finn was a newspaper boy from Main Street. Maybeck wore a turban-topped outfit from the magic carpets of Aladdin.
Listen, all of you. There's a schedule in place we must keep in order for this to work.
Wayne was one of the worst drivers Finn had ever met. The bus nearly sideswiped 2 cars, then veered left and scraped its wheels against the curb, before smashing back down to the roadway.
Okay, we're listening.
Finn realized that the old goat was agitated. Wayne pulled the bus over and threw open the door. Amanda boarded. Amanda looked Finn in the eye and then, without saying anything, took a seat in the middle of the bus.
She is necessary to our plans. Amanda has the run of the place. She's not on the DHI watch list. She'll act as a sentry and guide you when you need her.
Now inside the Magic Kingdom, Wayne slowed the bus next to a large white building that, according to its sign, had something to do with waste disposal. A wide metal tube connected to the building extended out from an earthen bank. A paved road led up the rise to a very large double gate in the wooden wall. Flowers and shrubs covered a small hill that bordered a tall wooden fence which was behind Frontierland. Wayne spun to face them, still behind the wheel. He nervously checked his wristwatch.
You'll wear these ID tags around your necks at all times, but turn them so they face in, so the ID picture doesn't show.
What's this building?
This is important to you, Finn. Have you ever seen a garbage bag being carried around inside the park?
All 5 shook their heads.
This building is why. All the park's trash travels underground through a series of steel tubes. Those tubes terminate here, where the trash is compacted and then shipped off to the dump. The process is automated. I've briefed Amanda.
She remained in the back, silent and studious. Briefed Amanda about the trash, Finn thought. He kept his mouth shut.
Once I get you inside, you are on your own. The utilidor here, that's where the park tunnels are called. It's complicated and big. The corridors are more like underground roads than sidewalks. There are golf carts and electric buggies down there, so keep alert and don't get hit. Cast members know the Utidors well, and you're cast members now. You'll need to look comfortable.
What about Maleficent? The plans?
Terrence, what's likely the coldest room in an office building?
The computer room. The server room.
So where's the safest, most comfortable place for someone who likes the cold to spend time?
A refrigerator?
Charlene wasn't paying enough attention.
One possibility, yes. And one that you and Willa will pursue. There's an entire section of the utilidor devoted to cold food storage. The servers are housed at the back of what we call the control room. That's for you and the boys. Stay alert for a sudden drop in temperature. That's when you know what you're looking for. The missing plans won't be far away. We need those plans. The point is, from what Finn described, he wounded Maleficent, weakened her. He also made it impossible for her to remain below Pirates of the Caribbean. I believe she's taken to the utilidor, where, looking like a cast member, no one would question or detain her. Your job is to get those plans from her and flush her out, to draw her out. We will handle the rest. You leave that to me, young man.
He looked between all 6 kids. For now, Amanda was just standing behind Finn.
Are you ready?
A moment of hesitation settled over the kids. Then one by one, they nodded. Even Charlene. Wayne's face brightened.
Once you've got the plans and your top side, that's when the chase begins. I'm afraid you may literally need to run for your lives. Maleficent is not likely to be a good loser. Finn, take the plans. Amanda will guide him back here. You'll do exactly as she says.
Finn glanced back at Amanda. He didn't feel good about this. She revealed nothing of what she might be thinking. Finn felt there was an unusually strong bond between Wayne and Finn. Were they related somehow? Without question, Finn thought, Amanda was no ordinary girl. Wayne threw the bus door open, and the kids hurried out.